this great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and will prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror, which paralyzes needed effort to convert retreat into advance.
What's up, snipers? What's up, airsofters? This is Dusk from the Sons of Liberty Airsoft Group. Guys, I'm back with the video that I finally promised you. Part 5 of the M40A3 by ASG series. Technically, this is Part 4 or Part 4, Part 5, something, one or the other. But Part 5 of the M40A3 Sniper Rifle series. If you guys like this video, be sure to give it a like, give it a subscribe, click the notification button so that way you don't miss the latest updates and any more videos that come out regarding the M40, which I know y'all love. Of course, guys, don't forget the Tokyo Marui MK23 competition, giveaway, contest, extravaganza, different kinds of words that I could think of whenever it comes to the word of party, is still out. And don't forget, once we reach 250 subscribers, the giveaway will begin. So without further ado, guys, let's get into it. Alright, so in this video is the field of PDNT in El Paso, Texas. This is a fairly brand new field. It's young, it's still in development, and it's got a little bit of work to do, but right now it's still very feasible to play in. It's funded by an active duty retiree as well as a couple other people who support that type of community. In the clips that I'm about to show you is an example of me sticking in the back of the field, very back, as in like the spawn of the field. So I will be demonstrating, or at least showing, the power, range, and accuracy. The different items that I have in here is a 500mm Action Army AEG barrel, of course modified with the frames ripped off, an 80-degree maple leaf sniper bucking, as the bucking of course, and believe it or not, in this one I have the stock hopup, which I will explain that to you and how just I did that, along with the benefits of it. I also have just a plain 3x12 scope, and a bipod. Now the first thing I want to talk about with this gun is the grouping. You'll see the grouping here in this video, and shockingly enough, this is at a 325 feet to about 340 feet. The grouping is not bad at all. This is, mind you, with 311 FPS and 40 gram BBs. Now, you'll notice that the shots tend to go a little bit to the right and a little bit to left, which really all that is just a fine-tuning adjustment. This is the first game which I've actually experimented with using the stock hop-up, which it doesn't provide as good results as the Vsr hopup I've used in it, but it still provides quality results, and to be honest with you, it kind of provides a better air seal too. Now 311 feet per second sounds kind of weak for a sniper, which honestly I agree. Snipers should be a lot more stronger than that. They should be roughly at about 450 to about 550 feet per second, and at the same time they should be able to travel a lot faster than what it's showing in the video. Now the good news is I have options for that. Even though having a 311 feet per second sniper is technically CQB legal, some people aren't all about that life. So in the description, if you look below, you'll see that I have a couple links for you guys showing some parts that will give you some speed, power, and accuracy. But now moving on to the popular subject that everyone seems to be asking me about is the trigger. A lot of people have asked me, commented to me, posted on our Facebook page, and have asked me face to face before about what triggers are compatible. Now I have both good news and I have bad news. So let's start with the bad news. So the bad news is that the Vsr Trigger and the M40 Trigger are very similar to each other, but they're not quite the same. So with the Vsr Trigger, there's a few components that are different on it, but it has a very similar structure to it, such as like the internals, you know, like the sear, etc. However, the problem is that the frame itself has a completely different mounting system. So the Vsr, shown in this picture here, has two screws to hold up in place in the bolt carrier assembly. Now as for the M40s, it has 4 screws, and it is slightly more boxy than normal. Now with the box-shaped trigger, that presents another complication. This is a proprietary trigger for short. I've searched many models for this. I've searched Vsr 10, MB03, Bar 10, AGM, APS2 compatible, L96, Type 96. I've searched everything that I could find, and I have not found a trigger that is compatible with this, because the way that the safe and the way that the shape of it is designed, it is extremely proprietary. But just because there's a proprietary trigger does not mean that I've been stopped to try to find a way to get you guys the most quality results for your sniper. In the picture shown right here, this is an M40 trigger sear. Now it's a combination between a VSR and an L96 trigger sear, but more close to a VSR trigger sear. So what I'm going to do with the help of a local shop out here that I've been in touch with is I'm going to recreate this using steel. Because I'm pretty sure the product has an aluminium/aluminum trigger sear built into it already. I'm going to test it out on 3 different spring types: SP130, SP150, and if I could find it, SP170. If they prove effective, I will create multiple units of these, and I will make sure that I can distribute them to all of you guys. Now earlier in the video I mentioned that there's a way that you can modify the stock hop-up and you could put in any hop-up that you want to, particularly like a Decepticon and an Autobot sniper bucking. For whatever reason, it seems like this hop-up, which is also proprietary, has a better seal to it because of a particular piece in it pushing down and compressing more space, allowing less air to escape than normal. So in this first picture right here, you're gonna see that this is the hop-up. This is the stock hop-up that the M40 comes with. On the side, you will see that this is where the stock bucking is placed in, where it has the slit on the left side. And then on the second picture here, you will see my modification done to where it will create a slit on the right side, allowing room for a normal, or in this case, 90% compatible aftermarket buckings. How I did this was I took apart the stock hop-up, and what I did was I took the Autobot bucking and I placed it where it would sit if there was a slit there where it would normally sit flush. Basically the exact opposite side from the slit that's already on the left side. Then what I proceeded to do was take a drill and then cut the fill until the bucking sat in place. Then after that, before I put the thing back together, I held the hop-up in my hand so that way it was together in one piece but not screwed back. I then took a drill and then I smoothed out the inside of it just by a little bit to clear out any excess cuts or fills or whatever that was put in there by the factory. In other words, just making it smooth. And guys, that about concludes our video. So before I go, the first thing I want to tell you guys is that I have a massive shout out to give out to one of our fellow airsofters out there. His name is Papen. He's a Canadian airsofter, and he is the reason why you guys have got another part 5 series for the M40 Sportline video. While many of you have given me plenty of feedback and have requested more in tutorials regarding the M40, along with questions just about what you could put inside of your gun, Papen has been constantly coming back and asking me more questions about it, and has made me realize that I've not been putting enough information out there for you, and that I have just only begun. And Papen, if you're listening to this, thank you again, man. We really appreciate it, and we got something coming to you that's on us. But again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, definitely check out more of our content. This is Dusk from Sons of Liberty Airsoft Group, signing out.